everyone, and welcome to a new workflow, employee timesheet and overtime compliance checker. So this workflow checks every employee's hours against your overtime policy every week. For example, the maximum is 40 hours per week. So if something passes, we don't let it with this workflow before payroll runs. So nobody finds out about an overtime problem after the paycheck is already gone out. Okay? So as always, we start with a live demo and then we go node by node. Starting now. As you can see, it went both in true and false. It's starting with the training of the agent, 5s. The email is sent and the log is flagged. Then goes back to the false and it's done. Okay. Now let's go by node. First, we have the schedule or the schedule trigger. So here we have it once in a week on Sundays at 6 p.m. So every Sunday at 6 p.m. we check the Google Sheet of hours. Or we can change Google Sheet to another database like Supabase or Airtable or whatever you like to use. In this case, we used this timesheet. So we put some mock data of logged informations per week. For example, here we have the hours worked of each week, 88 of each day, sorry. You see? So yeah, we have some that passed the 40 hours per week, and that will be automated to flag it. And as you can see here, the overtime log, we have the log of each overtime. For example, here overtime hours are 4 for James Okafor, 7 for Priya, etc. We go now to the second node, which is the get rows. So here we go. Our goal is to get rows from the overtime log. Okay. So in the case where we still didn't launch the automation, this will be empty. So it gets nothing here. As you can see, nothing was gotten. So then we go to the important sheet, which is the timesheet entries. The first sheet here, where every entry is available. And then we find get rows, so we get every data from here. And as you can see, we got it. Then we go into the summarize one, which will summarize the hours worked. Okay, as you can see, here's 40, for example, in this case of Priya. We go then to the next node, which is the edit fields node. Sorry, this one, which will calculate overtime status. As you can see, employee name, employee email, etc. And as we say, some people don't know how to get this JSON.employee name or something. All you have to do is get that information from previous nodes. So for example, here we have the employee name in this third node. We just grab it, drag and drop it here. See? That's how we do it. And same goes for anything that you are logging in the edit fields or an email or anything. You just drag and drop it from previous nodes. Okay, so here we got the data like employee name, employee email, manager email, etc. And we got it here divided. Then we go into the next edit field, which will check for not duplicate. So whether there is a duplicate or not, already logged, false, can proceed, true, skip reason, empty, etc. So we have here whether we proceed or not, and if we skipped, what is the reason. Here we don't have a reason. Then we go into the if. So if here we'll check if we can proceed or not. So as you can see, we have 8 items on true and nothing on false. So yeah, we can proceed. In case we didn't proceed, it will be logged in as an exception in the same overtime log. Okay, but we don't have that in this case. We have that we can proceed. So now we have two cases. The total hours, are they over 40 hours per week or not. So we have out of 8 items, 5 of them over 40 hours and 3 of them not over. So when we go see now the full workflow, we see the division. Here we have an AI agent, and we will see the details of each of these nodes, what it will do. And then we have the false node, which is the edit fields and then the log. Okay, so if we are flagging, we are sending an email and then logging. If we are not flagging, it will be auto-approved and then logged directly without any email. In this case, the agent, as you can see, if we go into the chat model, we will see that he ran 4 runs. This is the first, this is the second, etc. until the 5th. So he got the text, the generation info, the token usage, etc. Then we go back to our agent that gave us the output that went inside into an edit fields node, which is the Parse Agent Output. Same thing, we get the data that we need, as you can see here, then we get it into an output. Why is that? Because it will be sent into an email. Here, as you can see, this is the HTML, having some data from here that we need to send into the workflow. For the HTML, as well as the prompt for the AI agent, all you gotta do is go into an AI chatbot like ChatGPT or Claude and ask it for the prompt or for the HTML until it will give you. Okay, and for the information like this one, you just drag and drop it in its place. Okay, as you can see here, I made it to be sent into my email. Okay, and then finally, everything will be logged here. For the logs, I already showed you, it will be here. Total hours, for example, here it's 44, so the overtime is 4. These 5 were flagged and were sent into an email, but these have 40, 38, and 40, which is equal or under 40, so no overtime hours, no email sent. In that case, we have these 5 emails, as you can see, 44, 47, 41, 48, which has the name of each agent. And as you can see, we have a simple message here and how many overtime hours with other details. Okay, this passed the limit with 8 hours, so it's dangerous, so it's in red. And for example, this is in red too. I think this will be in like yellow, yeah, because only 1 hour. And this will be yellow too. Okay, that's it for this workflow. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.